Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this. All right, either or number two. Fana, we got to go to you first on this one. Iowa State or Nebraska? Who are you riding with more? Is it the Cyclones? Is it the Cornhuskers? Which Midwestern state is going to hate you after you say that they're not the team that you're with?
Well, the state of Iowa already hates Terrence Oglesby, but I guess
Come
now,
on over. Come on
Hey,
over.
those are the Hawkeyes, though. Those are the Hawkeyes. That's not the Cyclones.
Come on over. Ames can get it too, that boring ass city. They can get it too.
look, I've been the leader of the Nebraska parade, so I'm not going to back off on it now. I love this team, and I'll tell you why. They're loaded with experience. Their average age is around 22, 23. And they have a superstar. K-State Tominaga is one of the most fun players in college hoops. Last night, he had a Steph Curry shot that just sent Lincoln into a frenzy, and I love it. And I got to tell you guys, we get around to media days, okay? And we talk with coaches and programs. And Fred Hoiberg sat down, and he obviously has had a couple of tough seasons in Lincoln. Not an easy place to win, okay? And
Which is crazy.
He sits. What's that?
It is a hard place to win because it's hard to get guys to come out and visit Nebraska.
Right.
Like
if you just
get them on if you just get them on freaking campus,
right? Greg McDermott would say the same thing. He'd say the hardest part of recruiting was getting the kids here. Mm-hmm. Then we started to win, and now we're getting those kids. Okay, so here's the thing. He sat down. He talks with the media. And I happen to be sitting next to two of his beat reporters because if you know one thing about Nebraska, they get a lot of viewership. They get a lot of coverage. They're a huge brand in the college sports landscape. They matter. They matter to TV partners. I don't care what the sport is. They do huge numbers, whether it's football, basketball, or volleyball. And the Fred gets done talking, and I kind of said to the two beat reporters, I'm like, wow, like I don't know Fred well, but he seems like a really nice guy. Mm-hmm. And they're like, he's the easiest coach we've dealt with in our 20 years on the beat. Football, basketball, baseball, volleyball. They're like, we want him to win because he's
the mayor.
He's the mayor. He is. He's that type of guy. Guys, the way he talked about his team in October was different than previous Big Ten media days. He basically said, look, we have experience. We have depth. We now have some guard play. I've got rink mast to make things happen inside. I've got Juwan Gary. I've got C.J. Wilcher, who's been around the block a couple of times. He said, we have the pieces to be a good team. And he didn't mean it like coach speak at a media day. He meant it. And when he got off that podium, he said, okay, Fred Hoiberg has to either win this year with this team or in Lincoln, it's never going to work out. And he's winning with this team. This Nebraska team now has as good a win as anybody in the sport of college basketball. And as we wake up today, they're sitting at 13-3 on the season. The next question for this team is, can they go on the road and win? Because they got blown out by Wisconsin, who's better than I think we all think. They're at Iowa on Friday night. They're at Iowa. Now, Iowa is 9-6, not having a particularly good year, not a tournament team. Nebraska, if you are in fact legit, you know how to handle this success. You go into Iowa and you win that game because then you're going to Rutgers. And Rutgers is not particularly good this year, but they're better at the rack. They're better at that building. They're very tough. Nebraska, show me you can win on the road. But I'm on your train. I'm going to stay on your train. I think you will dance this year. You know why? On Selection Sunday, if you're on the bubble, you will have the win that everybody envies.
Exactly. T.O., go ahead.
No, hey, look, I couldn't watch the game because it was on Peacock last night. I was watching a bunch of other ones. But Nebraska, I just like the blend of their guys. And how'd you pronounce it? Rink Mast? That guy's a good player. And it just comes down to Hoiberg has the right blend of dudes. He's got an explosive guard in Tominaga. And I made a joke last year whenever he decided he was coming back. I was like, where the hell were you going to go? And I still mean that. Like, man, enjoy your experience. Be a really good college player because, like, you can get paid now. Stay in Nebraska, get paid, enjoy your time, be there. Don't go anywhere. Don't decide to declare for anything. You're a good college player. Stay there. Speaking from experience. That all being said, I like Juwan Gary. I think he's a terrific role guy. This was a top 40 kid in high school too. So like there's talent there. CJ Wilcher has been around the block. Like I if I had to pick one or two, I would say Nebraska because they do have that explosive type guard situation that can reel off 9 to 12 points in a row. That's why if I had to pick between the two, and Iowa State's good. I think Lipsey's a good player. He's one of those low scoring, high impact guys, which I'm a fan of because not everybody can be high level scorers. Some guys have to do the other things. I'm a fan of his, but I like this Nebraska team because of that explosive ability. And I like Mass' ability to go inside and out. If I had to pick one of the two, I think Hoiberg's a good coach. He just finally has the right blend of guys.
As you guys know by now, we've partnered with BetMGM this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68 each and every week of the college basketball season. We have a special offer that will be available starting on Tuesday, January 9th and running through Monday, February 12th, the morning after Super Bowl 58. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, in honor of the big game, you can use the bonus code FIELD158 and you'll get $158 in free bets on your first wager with BetMGM, regardless of whether or not you win that first bet. Here's how you make it work. Download the BetMGM app. Sign up using the bonus code FIELD158. Deposit at least $5 and place your first wager on any game. You'll receive $158 in bonus bets, regardless of the outcome of your bet. Just make sure that you use that bonus code FIELD158 when you sign up. And remember, BetMGM is now available under one wallet in select states. As a New Jersey resident, this is super convenient when I have to go cover games in New York or Philly, which happens quite a bit. When you cross state borders, you just log into your existing account and fire away. You don't have to create separate accounts in each state. It's easy, it's simple, it's clean. And most importantly, we have some fun stuff coming up for the heart of the college basketball season. Bet insurance tokens, college hoops odd boosts, and my favorite, a nice juicy parlay boost. So download the BetMGM app and sign up today. Field 158.
Yeah.
So I'll just argue the other side of it. I tend to agree with you guys. The one thing I love about Kesey real quick is that he looks like he is 11 years old and he comes out here and every shot he hits, he just gets the biggest smile on his face. And it looks like it's the happiest moment of his entire life.
I'm saying, don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy enjoy where you're at, man.
He hit one last night late in the first half to put Nebraska up 9. And he's running down the court. He's got his hands behind his ears like this. He's just like
headband on.
Looking like he's headband on, looking like he is living the absolute dream. Like there is a middle schooler out there just cooking the number one team in college. It was awesome, man. You don't go into Pinnacle Bank Arena and expect that you're going to be able to get a win. They put 15,000 people in that place when they suck. Imagine what it is when they're good. I will say about Iowa State, though, I love what they can be defensively. I love how tough they are. I love the way they can force turnovers. And if you're going to give me a guy that can be the engine at the point of attack defensively, the point of attack offensively, and has figured out how to shoot the ball on Taman Lipsey, I think that is a pretty good situation to be in. I would love if they had like one more shooter. If the kid, the Pavletsky kid, could be a little bit more of an impact guy. If Curtis Jones could be a little bit more of an impact guy, he's actually been pretty good off the bench. But I think that they're dangerous, and I am buying into the idea that there are some of these teams where you look at their computer numbers and you're like, I don't think that they're as good as those computer numbers are kind of saying. One of them would probably be BYU, who I think they rose all the way to like number 3 or something
Big
like
12
that.
bump.
Yeah,
Big 12 bump.
Yeah, they were like number 3. Now they're down to a number 11, and the water is starting to find its level there. Iowa State to me is, I mean, they're 17th in KenPom right now. They're way up in like the top 25 in the net, and I'm kind of buying them as being close to that. I don't know if I would call them a top 20 team just yet, but I think that they're close to there. All right. Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field 68 content.